What's up, everyone? So, I've been thinking a lot. 2025 is here. How do we do this right? 2024 had a lot of ups, it had a lot of downs, it pissed me off, it did all of those things. And I realized that as I wake up sometimes struggling, right, with what to do next, or, what next project do I want to do, or what next person do I want to connect with? It's God. I want to connect with God. And I realized that anchoring my business with God on as my real CEO is what helps us to really, grow and expand. For a long time, I have been, just spinning my wheels, making it's a six-figure business, so it has to, grow and blah blah blah. And I'm so tired, y'all. Right? So when you start to get into this business thing, you start to realize that there is just a lot more that goes on than people tell you. And especially when you start to become a full-time coach, podcast host, an entrepreneur, it's a lot of things to learn and do that you are not told. You're just shown like little pieces here and there. And then you're like left feeling a little bit deflated and actually like, wait, hold on. Why do you make it sound so easy? And what I've noticed is that a lot of the people that I have spoken to, that I've spent tons of money on, also have a lot of tons of support, right? It's taken them years to get a whole team. And so for them right now, it seems like what we're doing is peanuts, right? I'm a six-figure business, but they're seven, eight figures, right? And I need to put God first, like constantly putting other things first. It doesn't give you or yield the results that you hope that they yield. So today, I want to focus on anchoring your business to God's purpose in your life. And I really, really encourage you to do this because I feel like this is crucial to align your business with a higher calling, with something that God has put in your heart, in your mind, the opportunities He's put in front of you. And when you start to discover His plan, then you can start to ensure that your business is built on a solid foundation and not on what somebody sells you or tells you that it is, but an actual solid foundation. And the more I think about this and the more I explore, the more I am enjoying this journey. And it's by discovering his plan for you. Like, what is that plan for you? This is how you can ensure that your business is built on something that won't just be blown away when the wind comes, meaning when the hard times come, because they will. Mhm. They sure will. And when you start to discover what that means for you, what is God's plan for you? How do I anchor that? What am I trying to develop here? What's the legacy I want to leave? How do I want to show up? What is that? That becomes the new challenge, right? And I wanted to explore like practical ways that you can start discerning God's purpose and start integrating it into the core message or the core being of your business strategy. Because when you try to do this shit alone, it is hard. It is difficult. I know people try to tell you that it's not, that it's easy and blah, blah, blah. But there are a lot of you showing up that you have to do. You have to show up. And I realized that I was putting myself as the CEO of my business instead of putting God as the CEO of my business. And that has led me it's led me doing things harder and not smarter. Right. And this last, like, maybe month or so, 2 months or so, I've been thinking, what is God's purpose and design? I don't want to keep hitting this wall every few months that I have to try to overcome, which I'm probably going to have to do anyway. But I want to do it with a great CEO at the helm, right? Like any good business that has a good CEO, as opposed to sometimes not feeling good enough or smart enough, or am I capable enough? Can I do this? Because those things come up because you're hitting a wall on something you don't know or a strategy you've never done before. And I know that people try to tell you how easy it is and how you'll get through it really quickly and whatever, but you need to start anchoring your gifts, your talents, your skill sets, and what is inside of you into what God is it that He wants you to do, and start creating a business that glorifies Him so that you can start helping others. Does that make sense? And one of the things that I've been doing is just kind of just doing it, right? Because I want to hit my, I'm 6 figures, so I want to hit 7 figures. I want to, blah, 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 and I'm going at it. And there comes a point where you're now tired. And I want you to pause for a second, because that's okay to feel tired. And it's okay to also have new dreams and ambitions and all that stuff for 2025, which I do. But I'm putting God first. I hope you'll do that with me. I hope you'll join me as we put God first, because you're going to hear a lot of like shifting and messaging that's going to be a little bit different than it was in the past. And I'm going to make sure right now that I open up my chat, because I can't see it right now. But for those of you who are here, and you are here with this goal in your life to start creating a business that is purposeful and meaningful, and you want to glorify God and His kingdom in this new, unique and powerful way, then I want you to dive in and uncover how to build this business that truly is rooted in purpose, because that's what matters, right? And although we're not going to spend a whole day here, I do want to make sure that we do this right, and that we are actually intentional about how we're going to show up, right? And if you are here and if you are listening and you do want to be, somebody who is anchoring your new year, your new you, your new business in God and what God has for you, heck yeah, you're my people. Okay? You're my people. And so let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to go ahead and open up just a couple of notes that I have, because I don't want to miss an important note, right? And so your business is calling you. Your commitment is calling you. God is calling you. In Proverbs 16:3, it says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." Proverbs 16:3. Do you understand that? Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. And that doesn't mean you can go out and hurt people and stuff, and God is going to establish your plans in that. That's not what that means. That means putting Him first, because when you put Him first, He puts those desires and wants and things inside of you. And as you start to go towards that, He will establish those plans, right? Because He's the CEO. And until you start putting Him as the CEO, you're going to constantly be spinning your wheels. Hello, that's what I've been going through. And your business is not simply just a career or just a thing. It could be, if that's what you want it to be. I feel like it's a calling from God. I feel like I want to embrace this perspective where I want to dig deeper and sense that purpose and fulfillment in my life, that when I start to help the people I'm helping, that I want to do it with intention, and I want to do it with fulfillment, and I want to do it with God calling me to do so, because sometimes we're feeling unclear about what our purpose is or what we should be doing. And sometimes we're questioning whether or not this business aligns with God's will. And maybe we're feeling like we might fail out on this. We might fail completely as we start to do this. And you're right, you might. You might. I remember when I started coaching, I really wrestled with this. Is this really what God has for me? I spent so much time focusing on strategies, building my business, building my team, having all of this, funnel building and VAs and all my teams doing my ads and all that kind of stuff. And I had all of this stuff going on. And I spent so much time focusing on the strategies that I forgot about the foundation, God. I forgot about the foundation. Who is God? Because even though I love Him so much and I have Him in my life, you know that you know that you know when you are not putting God first. And I'm seeking His guidance now. I am pushing and pulling in now. Everything shifted when I prayed over my work and when I surrendered things to Him. And today I want to anchor my business in God's purpose. And I want you to do the same, because I want you to thrive and succeed in what it is you want to put out in the world. And as a business, Maybe it's a calling in your life. It's not just a career. God calls us to use our talents to serve others. The business is not just to serve you. It's not about me, me, me. Your business can be a reflection. It can be a reflection of his love. It could be a vehicle for his glory. It could be something that you're doing out there in the world that's really attracting and lifting people up from where they feel that they are broken down, right? And so in Proverbs 16:3, when he's talking about commit to the Lord whatever you do and he will establish your plans, he's telling you that your business is more than just about you. It is about others. And when he starts to put a passion in your heart for something that you want to do, he will establish those plans, y'all. You're not alone on this. Okay? And that's what the verse is reminding you of, that everything is God's. Our plans, our dreams, our worries, all of that can be given to God, and he will align what he needs to do to get your paths straight. I love that. Okay? So as you're starting to establish your business goals, make sure that you have God as the center and the purpose for that greater fulfillment in your life. And when you seek his guidance, you are going to have a more meaningful and successful business. That's my goal. I know that's what I want in my life, because I am tired of doing this on my own strengths. It doesn't work. I know that we think it works, but it doesn't work when you try to do this in your own strength. Your business is a calling. Utilize it that way. Okay. Align your goals, align your business goals with God, and start anchoring God to your business. And when you seek his guidance, you're going to see the efforts that you're putting in are going to be meaningful. They're going to bring you success. They're going to bring you prosperity. They're going to bring you all of those things in your life because you are anchoring your God to your business. Right. And when you're not doing this alone, because when we're not doing it alone, what do you have? Support. Right? So start anchoring that and start realizing that you have a God that's bigger than you and bigger than your plans and bigger than your fears, because a lot of us are afraid. We're really, really afraid of what it means to put God first. We're afraid of that because if we put him first, what does that mean? That means you put him first. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. It doesn't mean any of that. Stop allowing your negativity or people around you with negativity or fears to come in and steal from you what God has given you as your business, as your giftings. Okay. So for your homework, if you will, I want you to really, really start reflecting on how you're going to dedicate your business to God, how you're going to put God first. I mean, the question really is, why did you even feel called to do what it is you do today? Right? Why do you feel called to start your business? Why do you feel called to be an entrepreneur? What is this journey about? Okay. And I want you to pray and really dedicate and anchor your business to God and make him your real CEO. For real, for real, for real, for real. I want you to acknowledge his sovereignty, ask him for his guidance in every aspect of whatever it is you're doing. Okay. And express your desire to honor him through your business, through the practices of your business, through your success. Honor him, and he will honor you. When I went back to school, I was an adult. I was in my 30s, right? Because I had a kid at 15 years old. For those of you who don't know, I had a second kid at 21. I was a young mom, and I was working my tail off to support my babies. I remember putting God first way after that, right? So I was 35 when I went back to school. And I remember asking God, I wasn't fulfilled in what I was doing. I wasn't fulfilled. And I was like, God, you need to help me out here because I am not fulfilled. And I'll never forget, I was praying in my room and I was praying for God to release me from the crappy job I had. And I said, God, please release me from this job. I feel like you're calling me back to go into being a chef, which is what I wanted to do since I was a child. I said, Lord, please, Lord, release me. If you come down here physically and tell me I am released, I will quit my job and I will go back to school and I will do, what I feel like you're leading me to do. And do you know what? That's exactly what he did. 45 minutes later, my husband walks into the room and says, babe, I don't know what this means, but I was praying in my car and I felt like God said to come in here and tell you that you are released. Y'all, I almost fell out the bed. I just asked God, if you tell me I am released, I will do it. 45 minutes later, my husband comes in. Hey, you are released. I cannot believe it. He wasn't even in the house when I prayed that. Okay. That is to show you the power of putting God first. And right now, I am dedicating my business to God, the women that I lead to God, my systems in my business to God. All of it's going to God because I cannot do this alone and I don't want to. So anchor your business to God. Put him first. Allow him to direct your paths. Okay? Because your business could be more than just your business. It can be a calling and a way for you to help others. So what I want you to do is to acknowledge him. Acknowledge every aspect of your work to him. Express your desire to honor him. And then go ahead and write about it publicly and let people know. Kind of like what I'm doing. You don't have to do a live, but just write something to God where you are encouraging others to inspire them and encouraging them to put God first in their life too. I hope you guys found this useful, encouraging. I hope that this speaks to you. And I hope that you now anchor your business in God, right? Because that is going to bring you purpose. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm Nina Perez. I'm a transformational life and business coach, and I help women create amazing and thriving coaching businesses that align with their values. And I help them with systems and setups and the whole thing. If you're interested in that, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to go on a very free strategy call with you so that we can figure out what it is that you want to do and what do you want to put out in the world. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Nina Perez.